Hello everyone, I am an illustrator who recently graduated from University of the Arts London. I was born in Beijing, spent my teenage years in Canada, and later came to the UK for further studies. Therefore, I have experienced the educational and cultural environments of China, Canada, and the UK in succession. This cross-cultural upbringing has consistently infused my creative work with rich inspiration. My work often explores themes of identity and how it's built, which really comes from my own experience of studying in different countries. When I research or create stories, I naturally connect with characters living far from home. I really understand what it's like to try and piece together who you are in a new place. Like one of my AR projects is all about trying to understand the connection between feeling safe and building your identity. Right now, I'm focusing on expressing the emotions and identities of diaspora communities. I see culture as something always moving and changing, and I use visual storytelling to help revive fading traditions and memories. For example, a recent work of mine revolves around the Chinese northern folk deity, the kitchen god. It is believed that the kitchen god reports to heaven each year about everything that has happened in the household, bringing blessings of harmony and prosperity to the family. To recreate this ritual, I designed several different kitchen scenes that simulate the traditional offering process. Based on my picture book works, I would say family has been my greatest influence in my creations. I also emphasize how culture shapes family life. For instance, my picture book about Kitchen God tells the story of a family migrating to a foreign land and blending their cultural beliefs into their new home. I believe an individual's character is deeply connected with family, which is why I love weaving this element into my work. For me, the biggest challenge lies in balancing my background with my creative practice. I only entered the field of illustration 3 years ago. After years of studying finance and business thinking emphasizes objectivity and data, while art thrives on subjective expression. Finding a way to merge these two perspectives has been an ongoing and rewarding process. Interestingly, I've found that my logical, structured way of thinking has actually helped me dive into tech-based art forms like 3D modeling and dimensional illustration, where both creativity and the precision come into play. To my younger self, I would say keep drawing whatever I see. I used to hold back because I was afraid it wouldn't be good enough. But through experimenting with different media and approaches, I have learned that simply picking up a pen can pull me completely into the creative flow. In fact, some of my picture book ideas have come from everyday sketches. Those simple, ordinary moments often spark unexpected inspiration. I used to resist 3D modeling and motion-based media because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to master them. But after diving into tools like Blender, Adobe Aero, and VR painting, I realized that once you start, it's not as difficult as it seems. What I really want to explore is the spatial experience of art from a first-person perspective, something anyone can step into. One of my favorite works, for example, looks at how to carve out personal space within the concrete jungle of modern cities. It's not just visuals, it's an environment you can enter and feel. For me, technology is never the end goal. It's a mean to create more immersive storytelling, whether through a screen or an interactive experience. I hope viewers can feel that sense of truly being inside the world I've built. I enjoy listening to soft music while drawing. as it helps me block out external noise and focus. As you can see in works like the Kitchen God and Concrete Forest Project, atmosphere is something I emphasize in my pieces. However, when I'm developing stories or doing research, I need to be completely quiet because I have to listen to the voice inside my own mind to create the story. I love it when people say this is fun or share that feelings of being immersed because I want my work to feel relatable and interactive. For example, in one of my picture books, I added little interactive touches like flaps and folds, hoping readers would notice and engage with them. To feel that the story isn't just something you read, but something you can open up and explore. To me, those moments of being seen and responded to are the most rewarding part of creating. For those who familiar with traditional culture, such as the kitchen god in my work, they might say, well, I remember my family doing rituals like this when I was little. For those unfamiliar with it, they often ask me questions about the customs and origins of the kitchen god. I see this as a form of recognition for my work. It shows they are generally thinking about and trying to understand the content. Honestly, it's not easy to help someone grasp a piece of history or culture in a short time. That's why visual storytelling can be so powerful. It gives people a concrete example to connect it with. I will continue to explore both sketch and picture book creation in the future. My experience participating in book fairs and gallery exhibitions has truly shown me how important face-to-face interaction with the audience is. Thank you all for the support and feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. I'm always open to connecting and chatting.